Hello and welcome to our latest perfect game of Civilization VII on Deity difficulty here with me, Adrenaline. Today we're going to be playing with Amina and leading the Egyptian Empire. Now, when I say a perfect game, I mean that we're going to aim for maximum points in each legacy path for all three ages, and today we'll be starting the Antiquity age. We might get bonus legacy path points from certain events if we come across them. We'll deal with that as and when, and we'll have a look at the end of each video as how we're progressing. So, the Amina is a pretty interesting one. She particularly likes certain terrains, so we'll probably have a start bias to like plains and deserts, because apparently our units get strength up with her, whatever civilization we play as, on those particular terrain. We will also get additional resource cap in our cities, which will help with our economic victories, both here in the Antiquity age and later on in the modern, so that will be beneficial. And also, we apparently get more gold as well with Amina as well, so that's going to be pretty useful. So the Egyptian Empire are pretty interesting. They have a lot of cool bonuses to go for, and I really like the Tjaties that are made in the necropolises are arguably some of the most powerful I've ever had the joy of working with. I look forward to showing you this game. It's been quite an exciting one, and I see it in it. So here we are, it's turn one, and as you can see, our starter bias has indeed given us both desert tiles and flat plains tiles. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be building the pyramids in this game. It is one of the most difficult wonders to satisfy the criterion of, because of course, our only navigable river of one tile only is adjacent to none other than plains tiles. There is no real feasible way to have desert next to it, which the pyramids would need to be on, of course. That would be historically accurate after all. However, you can see that we have a relatively inland, but not too inland, start. It means that we can obviously access the fishing quay and make boats maybe and whatnot, but also have enough land to have a hex for the wonders. I actually choose to settle in place because we do have fresh water, a river. There are, of course, because of this oasis, a whole bunch of tiles one can look into, but again, you're just wasting turns. And do I really want to be delving further into this desert? Because desert tiles, as the yields might show, really are very barren, as usual with the Civ game. We still do have access to the marble, which will help us potentially if we build like a wonder here. These are not grassland tiles, unfortunately, but it will at least maybe help build a wonder here. We have a curio and we have some other resources. There's not very many resources, quite light on resources, but anyway, let's build our Wazet capital. Okay, so as you can see, we've been moving our scout north to try and find knowledge of the surrounding area as quickly as possible. Let's have a look at what is up north, right? We look up for weeks, for months. That is all we have done. Look up. Tenzing Norgay. I don't know why she's not speaking right now. Maybe I'll get that resolved later in the video. But hey, we got ourselves a natural wonder. Not too far away either. And it gives us potentially +2 happiness, +2 culture, and +2 influence on the tiles itself. Yeah, on the tiles itself. On discovery, reveals all mountains tiles in your continent. That's why you get these weird, like almost feel like glitches. Venichunka found as well, huh? Well, this is quite an interesting natural wonder since it reveals other natural wonders. So in the last couple of turns, you can see that we've also found Karma, and because it's a friendly and not a hostile city-state, I decided to befriend this first. Obviously, it's quicker, and it's also further away, so chances are somebody else will find it first before they find Aquileia. And you know, the quicker that you can get your return on influence, the 100 influence, don't forget, for our mementos. She's a necklace, gain 100 influence. The quicker you can get this, the quicker you can get the ball rolling, the quicker you can almost Amina-like. No, sorry, not Amina. What was the name of the Civ 6 governor? That would be the city-states one. I forget her name. But anyway, you can hop from one to the next sort of like deal as you used to do there with suzerainty. But instead of envoys, it's direct suzerainty with actual like control over the area. A lot has happened since last we met, and as you can see, we've already met 3 of our neighbors. Where Civ apparently loves me, which is great and easy. We can hopefully form an alliance with him. Oh, look at that! That's pretty cool. This is a new update, or at least it came with the latest update. Before, it would do the silly thing whereby you have to form an alliance, then it gives you a separate thing afterwards that only then tells you he's at war with somebody, and then you're like, oh, I have to retract the alliance, and then that loses you relationship status points. Actually, not very much, and you usually end up getting put back into friendly or whatever it is status, helpful I think it is status. But it's really nice that actually we don't need to worry about that anymore. That's really cool. Who is he at war with? Oh, Xerxes, and we're trying to befriend Xerxes right now, so there's no way I'd want to be causing issues with that. So let's leave that alone for now. We built the Great Stela. We also built the Gate of All Nations. Those are 2 of the most important wonders, I think, for any Antiquity age. So I'm really happy with that. As you can see, to the north, we have Ur. We're 1 turn away from defending Ur. It looks like we're going to be good with that. It does mean that our relationship status with Augustus will worsen. But frankly, he is arguably our closest neighbor. We are already friends with Pachacuti and Xerxes, so if this guy tries anything, we might very well be not very interested in friendship with him. But you can see Pachacuti is over to the other side, so there's clearly someone all the way on the other, very close to the other side of the coast. So we probably want to stay away from that. And then, of course, we have both another city-state, which there's a lot of city-states to go after, at least, which is nice because relatively short amount of land. To be honest, we're a little bit hemmed in. But with enough city-states, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So, 7 turns later, and I was talking about expanding the empire, and here we have not 1, but 2 settlers. And I'm going to be settling this turn to make Bedet and Jeddah. And of course you see roads that get automatically made because we are indeed close enough to the capital. This does not happen, obviously, if you're too far away. This one will be within touching distance of the Mount Everest. We'll be able to get the southern tiles of the mountains and have a really nice places for culture buildings and the like, and potentially quite a few resources for production, city building tiles, as well as this one particularly like science building tiles, maybe in here, like 3 adjacency on both of these 2 tiles here. It's really nice. So we've got a really good set of locations there, and then we have camels, which is really powerful and useful. This obviously has access to all tiles of Vinichunka. So I think these are really nice spots that are relatively close, and we can try and build from there. So it has come to this. We are at war with Augustus. He's not very happy with us, and he has built quite a bit of war support in spite of our Gate of All Nations. But he really doesn't know how to defend his places. Like, this guy has been pushing down south. He's just getting too close. I need space for my own territory, and if I can't make my own, well, I can take his. And it has helped us get to halfway point precisely on our military legacy path, which of course, as I mentioned in the beginning, we're trying to get maximum score on all 4 of them with the help of having now a bunch of city-states: Kerma, Nukaleka, and also Gufiuda, suzerained. We should at least have a very good chance of getting that military Pax Imperatoria maxed out sooner rather than later. However, we currently have a couple of troops, and then we'll send our troops up north, see what Aquileia is all about, maybe take that as well. I am pleased to announce that I have indeed taken Aquileia, or Aquileia. But I had to kill actually relatively nobody in actually taking this, because it is incredible just how lightly defended. There's a couple units here that Augustus has been with his audacious settlements down south. We have pushed back quite some way, and we've also taken quite a few city-states to match it. We're going to be able to, you know, take control of quite a bit of this continent by having pushed our units up. And also, of course, I did upgrade them to archers. I don't know what was happening earlier. It was very strange, but that's looking good. We also still have our friendships pretty nicely high with both Pachacuti and Xerxes. That will be beneficial potentially for the next age as well. But it is annoying that unfortunately they're still at war. So that's just going to have to be how it is. And we're going to have to... You don't decline, you accept, and then you have to pull out. Because declining is worse. It adds to the negatives for the alliances. As you see here, I have to accept this in order to avoid having any issues. When I press this, it may well ask me, do I want to continue supporting given the war? And we also, fortunately, are about to make a settlement here, which will give a good line with potentially good for you as well to our western front. In a mad desperation to save our culture game, we need one more wonder. We have the opportunity to make everything else work. Everything else is in line. We're going to get the 2 codices that we need and so on and so forth. But we made our second city, Badet, and now we're just one turn away from constructing Emil Bell, which, you know, we had to go back in time, as it were, to get this mastery in order to do it. But fortunately, we have completed the culture milestone.
In the midst of the snow, the light of Goryeo hovers. An icy temple bell resounds echoes of the old kingdom.
Huangjini. So yeah, we get ourselves a special endeavor for, I believe, food, is it? But on top of that, crucially, before the very end, we are able to make ourselves our final needed wonder, and we get access to the Chola with having 3 settlements or city centers adjacent to the coastal tile. Is this a bug? Because this has got nothing to do with making this wonder. So, with 100% on the age clock, we have completed all 4 of our legacy paths for our perfect antiquity age. But let's save the last hurrah. Let's just show the power of this guy. He will give us a whopping 150 production on a wonder, which, as you can see, we are currently in the process of half building Angkor Wat. We need another half to finish it. So, on turn 84,
all beings who are plunged into the ocean of existence,
we're able to get
may I
one
draw them
more
out by virtue
wonder
of this good work.
than we would otherwise. Jai Varman 7 said that. Nice. That's the former Civ VI leader. I don't know who'll make a return. But yeah, we get Angkor Wat. Is that awesome? That's great. So we actually finished with 8 wonders and not just 7. So let's have a look at this. The Antiquity Age is ending. I'm just going to pass the turn. None of this really matters. There it goes. The Antiquity Age has come to an end. And we can have a look at what we've been able to achieve within it.
Egypt's forces boasted the influence of a raging river. When you make your enemies your allies, do you still have enemies?
That is a powerful trait indeed. A very beautiful picture of all those palm trees. And the pyramids in the background. Alright. We have a whole bunch of points to attribute and distribute, I should say, in the next age. 12/6, double the amount of points. We indeed managed to, we were second in the Great Library, but we managed to achieve our goals, as you can see. And yeah, there it is. Thank you for joining me, and if you did enjoy this video, then please don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, Maybe leave a comment below. That'd be nice. It's good to be good to hear from you. And I look forward to seeing you next time.